Welcome to Edmonton Lifestyles, your go-to channel for everything about living in Edmonton. Whether you're moving here or just curious about what it's like living in our vibrant city, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to go over the pros and cons of living in Edmonton. Let's get started.
Like that.
All right, let's start with the pros of living in Edmonton. There's lots of reasons that people love living in this beautiful city, but here are some of their favorites. Number one, of course, would be affordability. Compared to other cities in Canada, like Vancouver and Toronto, Edmonton is more affordable, especially when it comes to housing. So whether you're buying or renting, you will find that your budget goes a little bit further here.
Like that.
Next up is our abundant green space. Edmonton is known for having an abundance of green space, especially with its river valley, which is one of the largest urban parks in Canada. It has over 160 kilometers of maintained path with 20 major parks. There's no shortage of outdoor activities here. Next is community. Edmonton has a great sense of community, and it's known for its friendly and welcoming residents. From neighborhood events to festivals and activities, there's always something to do here. Plus, there's a growing emphasis on cultural diversity and inclusion. Finally, we have Edmonton's growing job market. Edmonton has a diverse and growing job market with major industries like oil and gas. There's education and healthcare. There's plenty of opportunities for employment here. Plus, our city has a great entrepreneurial spirit and encourages small businesses. All right, now let's talk about some of the cons to living in Edmonton, Alberta. There truly are some challenges to living in this wonderful city. And number one is our harsh winters. Sometimes the weather does get quite cold and can get even as low as minus 30 or even lower. And if you're not into like cold and snow, then it could be quite an adjustment for you. Next is limited public transportation. While the city of Edmonton is currently working on expanding transportation routes, there are some urban areas that are not quite developed and they don't necessarily have bus routes to them yet. So if you're living on the outskirts of the city or maybe even outside of the city, purchasing a vehicle might be a necessary thought for you. Another con is mosquito season. If it's not winter and cold, we do have some beautiful summers, but we do also have so much green space and water that it does encourage mosquitoes in the summer months. So you might want to pack some bug spray with you. There we go. There's some of the pros and cons of living in Edmonton, Alberta. I hope that helps you a little bit in understanding a little bit more about what it's like living in Edmonton. For anybody who's from Edmonton, feel free to drop it in the comments what you think your pros and cons might be. And if you have any questions at all, of course, please reach out to me. I'd be happy to help you learn more about Edmonton and the lifestyle.